Okay, I'd ask the question, is recording someone, sorry, here's a question, is holding someone hostage in their circumstances and recording their every word to build a case against them a crime? What are the consequences, the laws that protects you from these sorts of unwarranted activities? Okay, what answer did you get? Well, from my experience, knowledge, and in what I know as far as the law is concerned, the answer is actually yes and no. Okay, it is against the law. It is a criminal offence to hold someone, to actually record somebody and, where they feel like they've been held hostage and their every word's been recorded. It is definitely a criminal offence, and it is against the law. As far as I know, it actually is against the law if you record somebody. I don't know, maybe other countries are different, but as far as I'm aware of, as far as the law is concerned, and in my country, you're not allowed to actually record someone unless they consent to it. There's lots of reasons for that. One is because of their privacy, and the conversation that you're having is supposed to be a private conversation. So if this other person is recording you secretly and then use it, without that person knowing, that's a privacy breach because that person hasn't consented to it. But now the generation of the technologies, and in the recent few years, from experience of myself, my own footsteps of what I've gone through, people are recording, like the call centres when they talk. It's actually still not right unless that person said, gives the consent for you to actually allow that conversation to be recorded. But I've had many situations that these people are recording regardless. They don't even give the person the option that they're being recorded. But by law, recorded evidence can't be used in court as evidence unless all the parties are aware of, the private conversation, or given permission for everyone to be recorded. So that's how it is in my country. It is illegal. You're not allowed to just record somebody. But from what I've gone through myself, people are just recording people anyway. And I'm talking about the call centres or whoever, with what I've gone through. So I've gone along and I've recorded the conversation, because you do need this information if you want to press criminal charges or pursue a civil case against, the individual or the company. Now, the other danger too, I have found now that where the system, they're just recording everything and you just hear a voice. There's a massive issue there, because you don't know who you're talking to and who you send your email to. They don't even leave a name, so there's no face. All you hear is a recorded message and a voice. So in that case, I suggest whether you're a company or an individual, you do exactly the same thing. But what I have found over the years is that these people haven't kept note of those conversations. So it's like your word against them. But also because my father used to work for Telecom and he was a linesman, phones can be diverted. So who's to say that the actual people who they say they are is the actual company? It could be a scam, and I've gone through all this myself. It's been a horrific experience, and then you try and, get the truth of your situation, and they block you, or they don't want to know about it, or they don't know about it, and they just shove you off, like, you just go through the hit the wall set of circumstance. But that's what I've gone through. But on the legal side of things, no, you can't record somebody and then use it for evidence in court, unless that person has consented to it. But in saying that, in suspicions of scams and stuff, you do need this evidence for the police to follow through, to make sure that you're not subject, because they need to follow through all those phone calls. But I have, out of my own experience, I have come situations where these people are actually committing the crime and then deleting it. So it's your word against theirs. So when you're in that kind of situation, you need the evidence to take to the police so they can track it, because all these things are trackable, but it's very difficult to track if these people are actually deleting, committing the crime and then deleting the evidence, because that's what I've gone through. So it's quite vital that you take note, of who you have a conversation with. Because now call centres are like all over the world, and that's fine in that, but it's not if you're targeted and somebody has retrieved all your personal information. It's so easy for them to steal your identity. Worse can go to get worse. It's just been not a good situation at times. But as far as I know, as the laws are concerned, when it comes to, taking to sue a company or sue somebody for any wrongdoing, because that's what it's called, wrongdoing, because you're a client to them, or, those sort of things need to come to the attention of the authorities. And so anything recorded can be traceable. You need to take that kind of information to the police so they can follow it through. I've answered yes and no, but legally you're not allowed to, but because now everything's technology, it seems to be acceptable. So I think, as for your own safety as an individual and for your own protection, that you do what you have to do to protect yourself, and you do need evidence if you're going to take it to the police to follow through your complaints. But everything is traceable. But I have found that scammers, they're always one step ahead, and they've got the advantage. The only way they can have advantage over somebody is through committing espionage, unlawful investigation, or spying of some sort. So that's the answer to that question. Okay, I'll leave it there.